You're born in a private hospital in Monaco. Your father doesn't reserve the entire wing. He doesn't need to. The nurses already know the name. The doctors whisper it with a mix of admiration and calculation.
A boy, that's wonderful. He must be so proud.
He's overjoyed, a son to carry on the legacy.
A future champion, no doubt.
In the underground parking lot, there's a convoy of low carbon fiber machines worth more than the building itself. Your first cry blends not with champagne corks, but with the distant scream of an engine being revved somewhere along the harbor. You don't understand it yet, but that sound will define your entire existence. You didn't choose speed. Speed chose you. Your childhood unfolds in a villa overlooking the Mediterranean, walls lined with framed race suits and helmets signed by legends. There are trophies everywhere: silver, gold, crystal, frozen moments of victory. Photographs of podiums in Monza, Silverstone, Suzuka. Your father spraying champagne. Your father lifting a trophy. Your father standing on the top step. You have everything a kid could dream of, except anonymity. You don't go to regular birthday parties. You attend paddocks. Your playground isn't a park, it's a garage. You learn the smell of hot rubber and gasoline before you learn multiplication tables. Mechanics ruffle your hair. Engineers smile politely. Sponsors shake your tiny hand and call you the future. Your first clear memory isn't a bedtime story. It's the sound. 20 cars launching off the grid at once, the ground trembling, the violent harmony of combustion and precision. You're 5 years old, wearing oversized ear protection, staring through the fencing as your father disappears into turn 1 at 300 kilometers per hour. Everyone stands when he wins, and when he crashes, the entire world seems to stop breathing. At 7, you ask the inevitable question: why does he risk his life? Your mother, elegant, composed, permanently familiar with controlled anxiety, answers carefully: because he's alive when he drives. You don't fully understand, but you see the truth in her eyes every Sunday.
Yes, he's through. Come on.
Your education is a study in duality. On one hand, your father insists on discipline. School comes first. Languages, physics, media training. You must be smarter than the car, he repeats. Talent is common, precision isn't. On the other hand, your real curriculum begins at the karting track. At 8 years old, you sit in your first kart. It vibrates violently beneath you. It feels unstable, too fast, too raw. You love it instantly. Karting isn't a hobby in your world. It's a proving ground. Other kids show up with ambition. You show up with expectation. Every overtake is analyzed, every mistake replayed. If you win, they say it's because of your name. If you lose, they say you're not worthy of it. By 12, you understand pressure in a way most adults never will. You learn that racing isn't aggression, it's about calculation, brake bias, racing lines, tire degradation. You learn how to manage fear, not eliminate it, but negotiate with it. Your father attends your races quietly. He doesn't coach you publicly, he watches. After one particularly bad weekend where you spin out trying to prove something, he finally speaks. You're not racing them, he says calmly. You're racing yourself. Ego makes you slow. At 14, your training intensifies. Personal trainers, reaction drills, simulator sessions that last hours, nutrition plans, media coaching. Your social media accounts grow faster than your lap times. You begin to understand the machinery behind the machinery. Sponsors, contracts, junior academies. You sign with a driver development program affiliated with a major Formula One team. It's presented as an opportunity. It's also a test. You move to England to compete in Formula 4. For the first time, you're alone. No villa, No harbor view, just gray skies, wet tracks, and relentless competition. Here, nobody cares who your father is. They care about lap time. You win some races, you lose more than you expected. Interviews follow every result. Headlines compare telemetry between you and other prospects. At 16, you experience your first major crash. The car flips, carbon fiber shatters. For a few seconds, there is only silence inside the halo. When you climb out, shaken but uninjured, you see your father in the paddock. He doesn't hug you, he just nods. Later that night, he finally admits something he's never said before. Every time I crashed, I thought about quitting, not because of pain, because of your mother. Now I understand what she felt.
By 18, you're in Formula 3. The margins are microscopic. 1/10 of a second separates heroes from footnotes. Politics becomes visible. Seats aren't just earned, they're negotiated. Funding matters. Branding matters. You start to see the financial structure of the sport. A midfield Formula One team operates on hundreds of millions per season. Sponsorship agreements span continents. Drivers are assets, investments, marketing engines. Your surname opens doors. It also closes them. Some believe you didn't earn your place. Others wait for you to fail so they can confirm what they already decided.
At 20 years old, you're promoted to Formula 2. You win strategically, not recklessly. You understand tire management now, race pace, when to defend, when to concede. You learn the most brutal lesson of motorsport. Speed is nothing without consistency, and consistency requires emotional control. A Formula One contract finally comes, not with the top team, but with a lower midfield outfit, hungry for talent and sponsorship synergy. Your announcement trends worldwide. Your debut race is in Melbourne. As you sit on the grid for the first time in a Formula One car, you realize something profound. The cockpit is smaller than your fear. The steering wheel looks like a spaceship. 20 world-class drivers surround you. 5 red lights illuminate. In that moment, your entire life compresses into anticipation. Lights out. The acceleration feels unreal. The car grips like physics has been rewritten. Corners that once felt terrifying in junior formulas now arrive at impossible speeds. You finish 8th. 2 points. It feels like winning the World Championship. But Formula One is merciless. Every race is scrutiny. Every radio message broadcast globally. When you make a mistake in Monaco, your home race, the headlines are ruthless. Legacy can't be inherited at 300 kilometers per hour. You stop reading comments. You start studying data instead. Your father becomes quieter. He no longer gives technical advice. He talks about longevity, about managing relationships with engineers, about protecting your mental focus. Talent got you here, he says. Character keeps you here. At 23, you score your first podium in chaotic wet conditions at Silverstone. As you stand spraying champagne, the same ritual you witnessed as a child, you finally understand your father's answer. He was alive up there. Not because of danger, but because of clarity. In the car, there is no past and no future, no expectations, no surname, only breaking points and apexes, only decision and consequence. You begin questioning your identity. Are you racing to honor the name, to escape it, or because you genuinely love the craft? Late at night, alone in your apartment overlooking Lake Geneva, you replay your onboard footage, frame by frame. You analyze mistakes with almost obsessive intensity. You realize something uncomfortable. You're no longer trying to become your father. You're trying to surpass him. He won 2 championships. You want 3. He had raw speed. You want precision and legacy. At 25 years old, you join a top-tier team. The pressure multiplies. Now second place is failure. Now strategy errors are scandals.
Now championship standings define your value. You battle wheel to wheel with drivers you idolized as a child, millimeters at 320 kilometers per hour, trust and rivalry intertwined. You understand the cost. Friends become competitors, privacy disappears, relationships strain under constant travel and risk. Every contract negotiation is public speculation. You have wealth, you have fame, you do not have normalcy. And yet, every time you strap in, every time the engine ignites behind you, every time the lights go out, nothing else matters. You were born into a legacy measured in lap times. You inherited expectation before you formed memory. You are the son of a champion. But on track, none of that protects you. The stopwatch doesn't care about your history, only your performance. And in this world, where victory is decided by thousandths of a second, you learn the ultimate truth. You can inherit a name, you can inherit opportunity, but you cannot inherit speed. That part you have to prove every single Sunday.